Is life a highway that you want to ride all night long?
Life is a parking lot.
Yeah, if you're on the southwest leg of the Henday. Good morning. It's 7:38 now with Chelsea and Daryl. And Daryl, this is an issue that you have been talking about off air for quite some time. And we've been trying to have a conversation about this, chasing a guest that will hopefully give us some answers.
And so we thank our guest this morning for taking the time to come on, knowing full well that I'm all wound up about this. The Transportation Minister for the province of Alberta, Prasad Panda, is joining us this morning. Good day, Minister. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well.
That's good.
How are you and Chelsea doing?
I think we're doing all right. We're looking forward to be able to have this conversation with you. Look, the Henday is a provincial highway. Lots of people keep thinking of that. The city is running that. This is a provincial project. First off, I love having the Henday. It has made getting around the city so much easier. Maybe that's where the frustration comes in when you're going along and it's all free flowing. And then an enormous amount of traffic gets backed up at a construction site that's been going on for 3 years and I thought was supposed to be done this fall. So what's the deal with the bridge expansion on the southwest Henday? When is it going to be done, sir?
That's a very valid concern, and thanks for your questions this morning. As you correctly observed, this is a vital infrastructure in Edmonton for moving people, connecting communities, and moving material and goods. I get that, and the whole Edmonton Ring Road was designed based on certain number of vehicles, and as you all know, the population grown and the number of vehicles are much more than what they were designed for. That's why Alberta Transportation is widening from 4 to 6 lanes, which would in future accommodate 120,000 vehicles per day. But people are looking for immediate relief. I understand you both mentioned this morning it's a standstill in the morning and evening drives. We get that, but because of these issues, certain issues that came up, geotech issues, and then the supply chain issues, disruptions, COVID, labor shortages, all these things contributed. But good thing is, this out of this 80-kilometer total ring road, we are only expanding the 18 kilometers in the south right now, and out of that 18 kilometers, which includes 6 new bridges.
Yeah.
So all of the 18 kilometers road widening will be complete, and 4 bridges will be complete, except those 2 on that North Saskatchewan River, which is about 360 meter long. Those 2 bridges, unfortunately, they can't be completed before end of next summer. So this winter,
So is that the timeline? So end of next summer is when this should be done?
Only for those 2 bridges, but they remain all of the 18 kilometers widened road will be open for traffic by end of November. So this winter, so at least people have some relief.
So speaking specifically then about the southwest leg of the Henday and the bridge expansion project that's causing huge backlogs morning and evening, you're saying the end of this year?
Yeah. So the end of November, they will stop the work on that length of 360 meters river bridge.
Okay.
But the 4 lanes right now, they closed 1 lane in each direction. So those 4 lanes will become operational by end of November. But the additional 2 lanes we are constructing to ease the traffic. Those 2 lanes, the work will restart again in next spring.
Okay.
And so that's what's going on.
And then take the rest of the summer to get it done by the end of the summer next year. But winter provides a break, because obviously that would be worrisome driving conditions, and it's hard to pour concrete. It's hard to do a lot of that work during the winter months. So that makes some sense.
Exactly, you're bang on that. So this Daryl, I know it is a it's a short-term pain for long-term gain.
Well, some people would say 3 years or almost 4 years makes it long-term pain for long-term gain.
I get that. I get that. I regret for the inconvenience. Those are because of the weather. So there were geotech issues. The slides occurred because of rains and wet soil, and there were labor shortages. There are so many things, but we want to first, till the project is done and it's open for public.
Yep.
I'm not trying to make any excuses. In fact, I'm asking my office, my department, to try to minimize those inconveniences. At least in this winter, if those all of the 6 lanes will be open except that 360-meter long bridge on the river. But which is the right thing to do to expand this to handle the higher number of vehicles.
Got it. I appreciate some of the things that you're saying that cause delays. That are sort of out of the province's hands when it comes to supply chain issues and finding workers and all of those other issues like that. But I wonder, it seems to be a trend that we build to the demand that we need today, and we lack a little bit of future vision when it comes to some of these projects. Why not just build more lanes to begin with, to start?
Well, it's a very important point. We had to factor in the future growth. I think they considered that. If you don't mind, if I take a quick minute here to walk through your listeners. This ring road started construction in 1970s. They built it in different sections, completed everything in 2016. But the 2020 traffic numbers, in different sections, for example, in Southwest, it was 93,000 vehicles. Northwest, it is 52,000 vehicles. Northeast, say 82,000 vehicles, and Southeast is 67,000 vehicles. These are the 2020 numbers. But when you said they should factor the future growth, they did, particularly in this section, in the water construction, for example, the pillars were constructed to accommodate additional girder. But based on the last population numbers or vehicle population stats they have, they designed it for 4 lanes. But they created that additional space on the pillar. But right now they're trying to bring in these precast girders, and so if they had to do the pillars as well, it would have taken longer than those 3 years. Yeah. But they did consider, but the population has grown so much.
Well, that sounds like they knew that they left room, but didn't actually. So I guess you look to the future, but sometimes you're wrong.
No, I also, if that gives you any confidence or comfort, this whole length is 80 kilometers. Out of 80 kilometers, even now, we are not making all 80 kilometers 4 to 6 lanes. And it consists of 110 bridge structures, 29 interchanges, 17 flyovers, and they spent $4 billion between 1970 and...
Oh, it's a big deal. Yeah, no argument.
And now we are putting additional more than $100 million to expand these 18 kilometers. And I regret for the inconvenience, but hopefully in the next few weeks, they finish this, wrap it up for this construction season, and then restart it in spring and finish only that 360,
I know,
meter long. And that is the critical pinch point right now.
Yeah, it is a pinch point. One last thing before we let you go, Minister Panda. On Thursday night, it shuts down to 1 lane in each direction on that bridge. So Friday is a disaster. Into a long weekend, into the other weekends. Has there been thought, or is it absolutely... Are you unable to leave that open until Friday night, say at 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock, once the rush hours are done? Because that's where the biggest mess happens right now.
Yeah, I can ask the department to specifically look at your ask, but the note I have here, it says westbound bridge is closed from 8 p.m. on Thursday, on only Thursdays, to 6 a.m. on Mondays in each week.
Yeah, that just creates a huge pinch point.
Right. I'll ask them. If we open something, then that might delay the work further. That's what, and also the safety aspects there for the construction crew. I'll ask them. I'll definitely ask them, and somebody from my office will get back to you on that.
Okay. Thank you.
Minister Panda, thank you so much for making the time this morning. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
You too. Have a great day.
All right.